All right, so you want to host like the best game nights ever?
But your board games are gathering dust.
We've got you.
We're going to turn you into a board game night master.
Yeah, this deep dive is all about making game night a regular thing.
From picking the perfect games
Oh, yeah.
to creating an atmosphere that'll make them want to come back for more.
Yes, and not just any game night.
We're talking laughter,
Strategy.
friendly competition.
Oh, and memories that'll last longer than that last slice of pizza.
Speaking of pizza, we'll get to snacks later.
Okay.
But first, holidays.
Holidays. I thought we were talking about game night.
We are, but think about it for a sec.
Okay.
Holidays, they're like this break from the everyday.
Okay, yeah.
A chance for everybody to just unwind and reconnect.
I guess you're right.
People are more relaxed, more open to trying new things.
You're right. You might actually convince your nephew to put down the phone.
Exactly. And the key is to pick the right games for the vibe.
Okay, so what are we thinking?
We're thinking Spyfall,
Okay, I've heard of that one.
railroading,
Okay,
point salad, easy to learn.
perfect.
They work for different group sizes.
Okay, those sound like good gateway games.
Exactly.
But what about those of us who want something a little...
A little more challenging.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got you.
Okay.
We're talking Cadell.
Okay.
Tiny epic galaxies.
Nice.
More depth,
Okay.
more complexity, perfect if you've got some experienced gamers in the group.
That's a really good point about experience levels. You don't want to scare people off.
Exactly. You've got to find that sweet spot for everyone involved.
Speaking of finding that sweet spot, what about getting the kids involved?
Oh, now you're talking. Getting kids into board games is like unlocking a secret level of awesome for game night.
It really is, and it's more than just fun, right?
Way more.
Like what?
They're learning essential life skills without even realizing it.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more about these secret life skills disguised as board games.
All right, we'll take Connect 4, for example. Simple, right? But it teaches kids about taking turns strategic, thinking how to win and lose gracefully.
Oh, totally. I remember some intense Connect 4 battles with my siblings.
And the best part, Connect 4 is built to last.
You're right, that game can handle years of enthusiastic play.
Exactly. And you never know. That early exposure to strategy could create a future board game champion.
Imagine your kid beating you at Agricola before they hit double digits.
Now, that's a game night story.
That's amazing.
But let's face it, even the most enthusiastic little gamers,
They need fuel.
they need snacks. We can't forget about the snacks.
See, I told you. Snacks are essential. What are your go-to game night snacks?
Oh, we could talk about snacks all day.
Right.
But we've got to stay focused. We're trying to help people craft unforgettable game nights.
Okay, you're right. We can't get sidetracked by snacks.
Exactly. We'll get there, I promise.
Okay, good, because I already have some ideas.
I bet you do.
But you're right. We should get back to the game plan.
You got it. We sometimes get carried away planning these marathon game sessions and forget about real-world time limits.
Oh, it's so true. We overestimate how much time people actually have.
Exactly.
We always start with let's play all night, and then it's suddenly 2 a.m.
And that's why choosing the right games is super important. You're hitting on a crucial point. If you're aiming for those regular game nights, it's smarter to start with shorter games. Think of it as building a habit, not cramming for a final exam.
Right. Ease everyone into it with a game of Sushi Go or The Crew, the quest for Planet 9 before you bust out the Twilight Imperium.
Precisely. Those shorter games help build momentum and excitement for game night, making it something people look forward to rather than feeling daunted by. And, when you do finally break out that epic 8-hour game, everyone's ready for it.
They've earned their stripes in the shorter game arena. Now, before we get too far, we have to talk about matching game complexity to the experience level of your players.
Absolutely. Choosing a game that hits that sweet spot for everyone involved can be the difference between a night of laughter and a night of someone threatening to throw the rulebook out the window.
I've been there. Nothing kills the mood faster than feeling lost or overwhelmed by a game's rules. On the flip side, using your hard-earned gaming knowledge to introduce a game that clicks for everyone, that's a different kind of satisfaction.
It really is. Remember, introducing a new game is about sharing something you enjoy and seeing others get excited about it, not about crushing them with your superior intellect. Okay, maybe a little bit of that last part, but you get the idea.
Exactly. And you know what else can really amplify that shared enjoyment? The theme of the game. It's like stepping into another world for a few hours.
A well-chosen theme can absolutely transform a game night. It's not just about the mechanics anymore, it's about immersing yourselves in a shared narrative, whether you're exploring ancient civilizations, solving a murder mystery, or building a fantastical empire.
Right. Suddenly, you're not just John from accounting, you're a fearless adventurer navigating a treacherous jungle.
And that's where knowing your players comes in handy again. Are they history buffs? Fantasy fanatics? Maybe they're obsessed with true crime podcasts. Matching the theme to their interests adds a whole other layer of engagement.
And if you're looking for games that cater to a wider range of interest, party games are always a safe bet. They're designed to be accessible and enjoyable for pretty much anyone, regardless of their gaming experience.
Absolutely. Party games are the ultimate icebreakers, perfect for those times when you want something light, fun, and guaranteed to generate some laughter. And who knows, they might just become the gateway to more complex games down the line.
Now, we've talked a lot about choosing the right games, but you know what else can really take your game night to the next level? Combining games. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out.
This is a technique the pros use, and it's a brilliant strategy for accommodating larger groups or just adding a fresh twist to familiar favorites.
Exactly. We found some great examples of games that are practically begging to be combined. Take Dead of Winter, for instance. You can combine the base game with expansions like The Long Night and Warring Colonies to create an epic zombie apocalypse showdown for up to 12 players.
I'm picturing a massive table covered in zombie miniatures and players frantically trading resources while trying to figure out who's secretly working against the group.
Right. It's like stepping into your own zombie movie. And if you're looking for something a little less intense but still perfect for a crowd, Spyfall 2 can handle up to 12 players right out of the box.
Ah, yes, Spyfall. Nothing like a little social deduction to spice up a gathering. And don't forget about Railroad Inc., a game that literally lets you connect different editions to create a massive game board for even more strategic depth and possibilities.
It's amazing how combining games opens up a whole new world of possibilities for game night, accommodating larger groups and adding new layers of complexity to games you already love.
It's about thinking outside the game box, literally. But sometimes, the best game night experiences come from embracing those simpler, more spontaneous moments.
You know, you're right. Sometimes the best memories are made when you ditch the rule book and just let loose with a good old-fashioned party game.
Absolutely. Party games are like the ultimate icebreakers. They're designed to get everyone involved, spark laughter, and create those shared moments of absurdity that become instant memories.
Exactly. And the beauty of party games is that they can be enjoyed by anyone, regardless of their gaming experience. You don't need to be a strategic mastermind or a master tactician, just a willingness to have fun and embrace the unexpected.
Precisely. Party games are all about letting go of inhibitions and embracing the silliness of it all.
Yeah.
They're a reminder that games are, at their core, a form of social play.
And speaking of embracing the unexpected, you know what else can add an element of surprise and excitement to your game night? Print and play games.
It's true. Print and play games have exploded in popularity in recent years, and for good reason. They're accessible, affordable, and offer a fantastic way to discover new games and designers.
Not to mention, they're perfect for those last-minute game night emergencies when you need an extra game to round out the evening.
Absolutely. And the variety of print and play games available is astounding. Whether you're looking for a quick card game, a strategic roll and write, or even a full-fledged board game experience, there's something out there for everyone.
And let's not forget the satisfaction of creating something with your own two hands.
Exactly. There's a certain charm to printing out the components, carefully cutting them out, and assembling the game yourself. It adds a personal touch to the experience.
Speaking of personal touches, did you know there are even print and play games inspired by classic video games? Games like Robo Derby Express, which takes the chaos of the board game Robber Rally and distills it into a fast-paced, dice-rolling experience.
It's a testament to the enduring appeal of these classic games and the creativity of the gaming community.
It's amazing. And for those who prefer a more strategic challenge, there's Puerto Rico, a beloved Euro game that's been given the print and play treatment. And get this, there's even a print and play version of Tiny Epic Western, a game that combines poker mechanics with worker placement.
It's incredible how designers can take these complex game systems and adapt them to a print and play format. It opens up a world of possibilities for gamers who might not have access to these games otherwise.
You know, all this talk about creating the perfect game night got me thinking. It's not just about the games themselves, is it? It's about creating those shared experiences, fostering connections, and building a sense of community.
That's precisely it. Board games are a vehicle for human connection. They bring people together, spark conversations, and create lasting memories.
Exactly. They remind us that even in our increasingly digital world, there's something truly special about gathering around a table, rolling some dice, and sharing a laugh with friends and loved ones.
And let's not forget the unexpected benefits that come with regular game nights. Did you know that studies have shown that playing board games can actually improve cognitive function, enhance social skills, and even reduce stress?
Seriously. So not only are we having a blast, but we're also boosting our brains and strengthening our social bonds. I knew there was a reason I loved game night so much.
It's true. Games provide a unique form of mental stimulation that engages different parts of our brains. They challenge us to think strategically, solve problems creatively, and adapt to ever-changing circumstances.
And let's not underestimate the power of laughter. There's something incredibly therapeutic about sharing a good laugh with friends, especially after a long day or week. Games provide the perfect excuse to let loose, be silly, and just enjoy each other's company.
It's about creating a space where it's safe to be yourself, to take risks, and to embrace the joy of play.
And you know what else is great about board games? They can actually help us navigate those awkward social situations that inevitably arise when you bring people together.
That's a great point. Games provide a natural framework for interaction, making it easier to break the ice and find common ground, even with people you might not know very well.
Exactly. It's like having a built-in conversation starter. Instead of those awkward silences or forced small talk, you can bond over a shared love of rolling dice, strategizing your next move, or trying to outwit your opponents.
Precisely. And because games have clearly defined rules and objectives, they create a level playing field where everyone can participate and feel a sense of accomplishment.
It's amazing how a simple deck of cards or a handful of dice can transform a room full of strangers into a group of friends, all united by a shared experience.
It's a testament to the power of play and the fundamental human need for connection.
So what does this all mean? It means that hosting a board game night is about so much more than just playing games.
It's about creating a space for connection, laughter, and shared experiences.
It's about stepping away from our screens, putting down our phones, and engaging with each other in a meaningful way.
It's about rediscovering the joy of face-to-face interaction and the magic that happens when we allow ourselves to be present in the moment, surrounded by people who share our love of games.
It's about building community, one game night at a time. And you know what? I think that's a beautiful thing. So go ahead